All right, let's talk about the appendixes and the pilot controller glossary. I'm just going to go through kind of quickly. The first appendix is a bird and wildlife strike report. If you hit a bird, you got to fill out this report and send a sample. A lot of times, like the maintenance personnel are kind of like responsible in the companies that I have worked for. They actually perform this, but this is, something that you need to know. Appendix 2 is like volcanic activity reporting form. Basically, here's, a form to fill out for volcanic activity. Appendix 3 is literally a list of abbreviations or acronyms. So we as pilots, we love to, toss around acronyms to make ourselves like feel cool. Anyways, if you ever want to know what abbreviations or acronyms are for anything aviation, mildly aviation related, you're going to find it here in the abbreviations and acronyms, Appendix 3 of the AIM. The next thing is Appendix form. This is the flight plan form for an international flight plan, and all like everything that you could everything that you could possibly ever want to know about the form. I'm just going to skip down to the bottom because that's where the actual form is. So if you ever have to fly internationally, like over in Europe or whatever, or I don't think it's so true for Canada and Mexico, but I could be wrong. But I know in like South America or Europe, if you're flying, you have to fill out a flight plan form and submit it. And this appendix actually teaches you everything you need to know, like what are all the different types of aircraft, weight, turbulence category, equipment on board of the aircraft, departure aerodrome, which makes sense, time makes sense, and then route, and then so on and so forth. And so anyways, this is for like international flight plan form. So and then there's for the 7233-1 flight plan form, again does a little bit of information about it, but this is kind of a standard FAA used inside of the inside of the US flight plan form. And so when you call up flight service stations, they are literally just going line by line and saying VFR, IFR, DVFR, aircraft indication, equipment for, so if you fill this out ahead of time when you're filing your flight plans, you'll be basically saying this is a VFR flight plan, aircraft is 2342 uniform, and then this is blah blah blah, and they'll just go right down the list asking you in that sequence. And then so here's a little bit of information about how to fill it out. Okay. Last but not least is the pilot controller glossary. This thing is a wealth of information. Out of all of the places, I would encourage you to spend the most amount of time here. There are a number of glossary sections, and we'll just go, alphabetical. A, so AAM, AAR, a beam, abort. So if you ever want to learn what a term is, what does downwind mean? What does upwind mean? What does anything mean? This is literally where you're going to find it, in the pilot controller glossary. And so 9 times out of 10, if I don't know something, I'm going to the pilot controller glossary first, and then it may give you a reference to go check out this or go check out that. So I'm not going to go through them all because there are thousands. There are just thousands and thousands of, and we're only in the A, and it's done alphabetically. B, back taxi. It's just so many. Okay, maybe not that many, but anyways, there's a lot of information there. But yeah, check out the pilot controller glossary, thumb through it on your own time, look at the appendixes, but or not, whatever. But the pilot controller glossary is where it's at, and what you need to really get a better understanding of things and terminology, along with the abbreviations and the acronyms, because there are so many acronyms inside of aviation, and it's easy to become lost and disoriented and be like, I know you're speaking English, but I don't understand the words that are coming out of your mouth. So like always, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out or talk to your instructor. I'm here to help. I hope you enjoy it. But yeah, check out the AIM. It's awesome. If you're ready to get serious about learning how to fly helicopters, head over to 3gheliprep.com. It's like these videos, but way more structured and a lot closer to making you a real pilot. You won't regret it, unless you hate helicopters, in which case I'm not sure why you're even still watching this.